No warning. No mercy. The human fleet hit first and last part 1. The silent arrival, 770 words. The vast darkness of space held no warning when humanity arrived at the Kelton system. Captain Jack Rivers stood on the bridge of the U.E.'s Retribution, watching the alien homeworld grow larger on the main screen. 300 ships of the human defense fleet moved like shadows through the void, their hulls painted black as night itself. Distance to target? Rivers asked his tactical officer. 2 million kilometers and closing, sir. The aliens still don't know we're here. Lieutenant Amy Stone checked her sensors again. The stealth technology had worked perfectly. Months of preparation, years of anger, and decades of human ingenuity had led to this moment. The Kelton Empire had made one critical mistake. They had attacked Earth first. The memory burned in Rivers' mind. 6 months ago, alien ships had appeared over major Earth cities without warning. No communication, no demands. Just death from the sky. New York, London, Tokyo, Delhi all reduced to ash in a matter of hours. 50 million humans dead before Earth's defense grid could respond. The aliens had retreated after that first strike, thinking they had crippled humanity. They were wrong. Sir, we're receiving scattered transmissions from the planet's surface. Communications Officer Tom Blake reported. They're going about their normal business. No military alerts, no preparation for attack. Rivers nodded grimly. The Kelton had thought their surprise attack would break human will. Instead, it had awakened something far more dangerous: human determination fueled by rage. The human defense fleet had spent 6 months preparing for this moment. Every ship had been modified with new weapons technology. Every crew member had volunteered for what many considered a suicide mission. But Rivers knew better. This wasn't suicide. This was justice. Fleet status report, he ordered. All ships report ready, sir. Strike formations Alpha through Gamma are in position. The heavy cruisers are standing by with planet crackers. Boarding. Teams are ready for deployment. Rivers looked at the tactical display showing the Kelton homeworld. 3 billion aliens lived on that planet. They had families, hopes, dreams, just like the humans who had died on Earth. But they had chosen war when they attacked without provocation. Sir, Stone spoke up, her voice steady despite the magnitude of what they were about to do. Long-range scans show approximately 2,000 orbital defense platforms. Their fleet strength appears to be about 800 vessels of various classes. And they still don't see us coming? No, sir. Our stealth systems are holding. The new dark matter cloaking is working better than expected. The bridge fell silent except for the quiet hum of instruments. Every officer knew what this meant. Humanity was about to announce its presence to the galaxy in the most violent way possible. The Kelton Empire, which controlled 12 star systems and commanded fear from dozens of other species, was about to learn why attacking Earth had been their greatest mistake. Rivers thought about the debates on Earth before the fleet's departure. Some had argued for attempting communication first, for trying to understand why the aliens had attacked. Others had demanded immediate retaliation. In the end, the decision had been simple. The Kelton had shown no mercy to human civilians, so humanity would show none in return. Time to weapons range? Rivers asked. 15 minutes, sir. The captain activated the fleet-wide communication system. His voice would now reach every ship in the Armada, every crew member who had volunteered for this mission of vengeance. This is Captain Rivers to all ships. In 15 minutes, we will begin the attack on the Kelton homeworld. Remember why we're here. Remember Earth. Remember the 50 million who died without warning, without mercy. Today, we show the galaxy what happens when humanity is pushed too far. Today, we ensure this never happens again. He paused, looking out at the alien world growing. Larger on the screen. No warning, no mercy, no survivors. All ships, prepare for combat operations. We hit them hard, we hit them fast, and we don't stop until it's finished. The bridge crew worked with quiet efficiency, each officer focused. On their task, weapons systems came online. Targeting computers locked onto military installations. Boarding shuttles prepared for launch dot in the cargo holds of the fleet's larger ships. Thousands of human marines checked their equipment one final time. They wore black armor, marked with the names of Earth's destroyed cities. Many carried weapons, built from salvaged alien technology. The Kelton's own guns turned against them. Rivers watched the countdown timer on his command display. 10 minutes to weapons range. The Kelton homeworld spun peacefully below them, unaware that humanity's answer to their surprise attack was about to arrive. The human defense fleet moved through space like a storm of vengeance. And soon the galaxy would learn a new truth humans did not forgive, and they never forgot. 5 seconds to weapons range, Stone announced, her fingers hovering over the tactical controls. Rivers gripped the arms of his command chair. Around him, the bridge crew held their breath. This moment would change everything for humanity, for the Kelton Empire, and for every species watching from across the galaxy. All ships report ready, sir, Blake confirmed. Strike Package Alpha is locked on target. Fire. The word left Rivers' lips like a death sentence. Space erupted in hellfire. 300 human ships opened fire simultaneously, their weapons lighting up the darkness like a deadly constellation. Plasma beams, kinetic rounds, and experimental energy weapons reached out across the void toward the unsuspecting Kelton homeworld. The orbital defense platforms never had a chance to respond. Built to detect conventional attacks, they couldn't. Track weapons fired from cloaked ships. In the first 30 seconds, 2/3 of the alien defenses simply vanished in expanding clouds of debris and superheated gas. Direct hits across all primary targets, Stone reported, her voice filled with grim satisfaction. Orbital defense grid is down to 20% effectiveness. Rivers watched the tactical display as human weapons tore through alien positions. But this was just the beginning. The real message would come when the Kelton fleet tried to respond. Sir, enemy vessels are launching from the planet's surface and orbital shipyards, Blake announced. Count shows roughly 600 ships moving to intercept. Right on schedule, Rivers muttered. He activated fleet communications again. All ships implement Battle Plan Omega. Show them what human engineering can do. The Kelton fleet rose. From their homeworld like angry wasps, their ships gleaming silver in the light of their star. They moved with the confidence of a species that had never known defeat, never experienced the full fury of an enemy, with nothing left to lose. We're about to learn. The human fleet decloaked all at once, 300 black ships materializing in space, like demons from the void. But it wasn't just their sudden appearance that shocked the Kelton commanders. It was their size and design. Each human vessel had been rebuilt from the ground up in the months following Earth's attack. They were larger, more heavily armed, and powered by fusion reactors that pushed energy output beyond anything previously thought safe. Human engineers had thrown caution aside in favor of raw destructive power. Enemy fleet closing to engagement range, Stone reported. They're hailing. U.S., sir. Ignore them, Rivers said coldly. They had their chance to talk 6 months ago. The first exchange of fire between the fleets lasted exactly 43 seconds. When it ended, 200 Kelton ships were either destroyed or crippled beyond repair. The humans lost 12 vessels. Captain Lisa Parker, commanding the Heavy Cruiser Vengeance, watched alien ships explode on her view screen with cold satisfaction. Her weapons officer, Lieutenant Mike Torres, had been born in Mexico City, one of the cities that Kelton had destroyed. Ma'am, the remaining enemy ships are attempting to withdraw, Torres reported. Negative. Pursue and destroy. No survivors, no retreat. The human ships moved with deadly precision, hunting down fleeing Kelton vessels like wolves chasing scattered sheep. Advanced targeting systems, powered by quantum processors, tracked multiple targets simultaneously. New weapons technology, reverse engineered from captured alien equipment and improved with human innovation, made short work of enemy armor. On the bridge of the Retribution, Rivers received reports from across the fleet. The space battle was proceeding exactly as planned, but the real test was yet to come. "Sir, the planet's surface defenses are powering up," Stone announced. "Massive energy readings from multiple locations. Expected. Time to show them what happens when humans get creative." Rivers activated a special communication channel. "Strike. Team Delta, you are clear for deployment." Across the fleet, specialized ships launched thousands of small objects toward the planet's surface. To any observer, they looked like standard kinetic penetrators, simple metal rods designed to impact with tremendous force. They were much more than that, thought each projectile contained a human. Innovation the Kelton had never encountered nano-disassemblers, programmed to target specific alien technologies. Within minutes of impact, every major military installation on the planet's surface began to simply fall apart at the molecular level. The Kelton planetary defense grid, built over centuries and considered impregnable, dissolved like sandcastles in the tide. Asterisk. "Surface defenses neutralized," Stone reported, a note of amazement in her voice. "The nano-weapons worked better than the lab predicted." Rivers nodded grimly. Human scientists had spent 6 months developing weapons specifically designed to counter Kelton technology. Every piece of alien equipment recovered from Earth's ruins had been studied, analyzed, and turned into a weakness to exploit. "Begin Phase 2, Rivers ordered. "Send in the Marines." The dropships launched from the human fleet like a swarm of metal locusts, their black holes cutting through the thin upper atmosphere of the Kelton homeworld. Inside each craft, human Marines sat in perfect silence, checking their weapons one final time. Sergeant David Miller gripped his rifle and looked at the 20 soldiers under his command. Each wore armor painted with the names of destroyed Earth. Cities. Miller's own chest plate bore a single word in white letters: Chicago, where his family had lived before the Kelton attack. 2 minutes to drop zone, the pilot announced over the intercom. Miller activated his squad's communication system. "Listen up, people. Our job is simple: secure the capital city's command center and disable their communication systems. No alien leaves that building alive. No exceptions." The dropship shuddered as it hit heavy atmospheric turbulence. Through the small porthole, Miller could see other ships in their formation, hundreds of them carrying the full might of human ground forces toward the planet's surface. The Kelton homeworld looked almost Earth-like, from orbit blue oceans, green continents, white clouds. It was beautiful in the same way Earth had been beautiful 6 months ago, before the alien attack turned paradise into a graveyard. "Sergeant," Private Kate Johnson spoke up from across the cramped compartment, "what if they try to surrender?" Miller's expression hardened. "They didn't accept surrender from the children in those Earth cities. We return the favor." A drop. Ship's engines screamed as it entered the final descent phase. Below them, the Kelton capital city stretched across a river delta like a gleaming jewel. Tall spires of crystal and metal reached toward the sky, and wide boulevards connected massive government buildings. In 30 minutes, it would all be in human hands. "Incoming ground fire," the pilot shouted. The ship rocked as alien weapons struck its armored hull. Miller could hear other pilots over the radio reporting similar attacks, but the human dropships had been built to withstand much worse. Their armor could take direct hits from most alien weapons and keep flying. "Ground contact in 30 seconds, a pilot announced. "Good hunting, Marines." Miller stood up, his squad following suit. 20 human soldiers, armed with the most advanced weapons Earth could build, ready to bring the war directly to the aliens who had started it. The dropship touched down in a plaza at the heart of the Kelton capital. Before it had fully settled, the doors burst open and human marines poured out like an unstoppable tide. Miller's boots hit alien soil for the first time. Around him, hundreds of other dropships were landing across the city, disgorging thousands of human soldiers into the streets. The sound of weapons fire echoed between the crystal buildings as Marines engaged alien defenders. "Move, move, move!" Miller shouted, leading his squad toward the towering command center that dominated the city's skyline. Kelton civilians ran, screaming through the streets, their silver-skinned forms moving with surprising grace despite their panic. Miller ignored them, his mission focused on military targets only, but he felt no sympathy for their fear. Human civilians had felt the same terror 6 months ago. The first group of alien soldiers appeared at the far end of the plaza, their weapons gleaming in the alien sun. They wore form-fitting armor that shimmered with energy shields, and their weapons fired beams of coherent light that could cut through most materials. They had never fought humans before. Miller's squad took cover behind decorative stone barriers and returned fire. The human weapons made sounds like thunder as they discharged, sending streams of superheated plasma and armor-piercing rounds toward the enemy positions. The alien energy shields flickered and failed under the sustained assault. Within minutes, the Kelton soldiers lay motionless on the crystalline pavement. "Target building, 2 blocks north," Miller ordered, pointing toward the massive command center. "Johnson, Torres take point. Everyone else maintain formation." The squad moved through the alien streets with practiced efficiency. They had trained for months in mock-ups of Kelton architecture, studying every detail recovered from captured alien data cores. Nothing about the city was unknown to them. More alien soldiers appeared from side streets and building entrances, but they fell back under the relentless human advance. The Kelton military had prepared for conventional warfare between established powers. They had never imagined facing an enemy driven by pure vengeance and equipped with weapons designed specifically to counter their technology. As Miller's squad reached the base of the command center, explosions echoed from across the city. Other Marine units were systematically destroying military installations, communication arrays, and government facilities. The plan was proceeding flawlessly. "Breaching charges ready, Sergeant," Torres reported from beside the building's main entrance. Miller nodded and activated his radio. "Control, this is Ground Team 7, ready to breach primary objective." Captain Rivers' voice crackled through the communication system from orbit. "Proceed, Sergeant. Show them what humans do to those who attack our home." The explosives detonated with a thunderous roar, and human Marines stormed into the heart of the Kelton command structure. ****.